Hi, my name is Erica Mora from Louisiana State University, and thank you for listening into my virtual presentation entitled The Effective Weight of the Baseball Bat During Training on the Swing Characteristics of Elite Baseball Players. Ted Williams, the last MLB player to hit over a 400 batting average, has been consistently quoted as saying that hitting a baseball is the single most difficult thing to do in sport. With that understanding, it can be reasoned that linear bat velocity has been observed as a factor of paramount importance for successful hitting in baseball. Thus, swing technique is of utmost importance when a player is up to bat. Studies have observed in elite baseball players an 8.8 bat swing velocity increase after 12-week training program using a combination of weighted and lighter bats. However, it appears that a ceiling effect of bat swing velocity is reached after 6 weeks of training with a bat approximately double the preferred bat weight. Nevertheless, more recent work has showed that an 8-week training program using specialized bats with a dynamic moment inertia increased bat swing velocity by 6.2%. What do all these different methods have in common is that they relate to increasing the strength of the muscle used to swing a baseball bat. However, there's a possibility that bat swing velocity is not determined by overall strength, but by rate of force development. For instance, Hakkinen and Comey in 1986 concluded that during ballistic high velocity type training, neural adaptations occur, decreasing force production duration, an effect not seen during strength training. In line with this view, a goal of bat swing training may be to increase the rate of force production as opposed to increasing muscular strength. With that said, the purpose of the study is to determine whether training with a lighter bat will increase regular weighted bat swing velocity. Methods. Participants' eligibility consisted of having collegiate experience at an NCAA Division I program and or professional experience such as minor league or major league play. Now for the training layout. The study involved 4 laboratory testing sessions and 2 rounds of a 2-week bat swing training program. Each player performed 2 training sessions which consisted of swinging bats of different weights, either weighing 20% lighter, that is 28.5 ounces, than the selected average weighing bat of 32 ounces. The second bat weighing 20% greater, that is 38.5 ounces. All bats were made of wood and 34 inches in length. The training program consisted of the player performing 120 swings per day, 4 times a week for 2 weeks. The timing of the training protocol was selected since it mimics that of a standard Major League Baseball preseason training session. The sessions were separated by a 2-week washout period. Laboratory testing sessions were conducted to determine the effects of the training program immediately before and after each training session utilizing the average bat. At the testing session, participants performed a minimum of 10 hits off a ball on a tee. The tee was situated at player's preference, but had to be at least 7 feet away from the net. Bat and body baseball motion was recorded using a coded motion 3D motion capture system. Markers were placed on anatomical non-marks to visualize the stick figure. The average bat was outfitted with 8 markers, as seen in the picture. 2 virtual markers were placed at the knob and at the top of the barrel. In order to analyze the bat, the average peak velocity of the average bat was obtained using a custom program developed in MATLAB with a primary focus on obtaining the most accurate maximum average peak velocity. This was done by implementing a least squared fitting method in order to calculate the maximum average peak velocity at the end of the barrel.
Results. First, I would like to go through what we call our bat stick figure. This is a representation of a right-handed hitter's bat path, starting with a bat swing position coming forward for contact. Contact estimated by the dent that you can kind of see on the x-axis at about position 0 is the swing at the smallest positive x value representing an estimation of ball contact, and then follow through of the swing. Next, Table 1 represents the effects of training on average maximum peak velocity calculations using the average bat. So for example, you can see that the heavy bat before training, the average maximum peak velocity decreased from pre-test to post-test, and it was in an alternative fashion for the light bat training, where there was a slight increase from pre-test to post-test. At this time, no statistical tests were conducted due to the limitations we will mention later.
Lastly, discussion. Currently, with the data that we have, we can make a couple inferences from what we observed. For example, we observed a slight increase in average maximum peak velocity due to light bat training. This outcome could be supported with the force-velocity relationship. The use of a light bat may increase velocity as a heavy bat would equate with increasing muscular strength, not velocity. Hence, increase in velocity decreases force production duration. Further assessments is needed, but even a slight increase in a game of centimeters could benefit a player's batting performance. Second, we can also consider that the use of training or practicing with a bat that models the bat utilized in performance is more beneficial than other batting training models, that is, specificity of practice. This is an opposing notion to many baseball coaches and players who believe swinging with a heavier bat will help them swing faster once up to bat. Furthermore, previous research has observed maximum linear velocity and presented different values than those in our present study. A reason being that previous studies have looked at the center of percussion versus the end of the barrel to calculate linear velocity. We speculate the percentage of change would be the same if calculated center of percussion, and our linear velocity values would decrease, in turn possibly concurring with the literature. A couple limitations that we endured was that even though we collected on 3 participants, our second participant did not complete the study due to injury, and subsequently, when he was able to come back, the campus closure was enacted due to COVID-19. Second, we did use a tee versus live batting, as it is not completely realistic to actual play or batting practice. Regardless, this method was used to protect our equipment and as beginning point for our question. Future research would entail additional participants, observation of EMG, and additional kinematics measures related to swing characteristics. Thank you for your time, and if you have any questions, please email me at egarc23@lsu.edu. Have a good day.